Hello, 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 everyone. This is Jaylee's Corner. I am, of course, Jaylee, and this is my review for tonight's season finale of Scandal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Of course, it doesn't cost you anything. It just lets you know when I have a new video up. So please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Thank you very much. So let's just get into the finale. 2 hour season finale. I feel like a lot happened, but then not a lot happened. It was lots of filler space in between. So let's kind of just start from the beginning of what I want to cover. Mama Pope is crazy because when they did catch her and she was in the little home box they had people in, and she was just talking, and the whole tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I'm like, okay, she's a little batshit crazy. The whole monologue thing that she did about women, well, about men not wanting help from women, I liked it. I thought it was a bit much. It was a little hard to follow for me. I don't know if it's because I was not fully listening. I was also writing different stuff and taking notes and everything. So I heard what she said and I liked it, but at the same time, I wish it wasn't as long. But I guess we had come to know that Mama Pope and Papa Pope both always do these kind of rants, about different things. I don't know why I didn't really hear Mama Pope's rants. I mean, I heard it, but I was just like, okay. But I guess it was a whole thing of her feeling like Papa Pope felt like he was the only one who could protect Liv, and he didn't need help from her mother. So a man not wanting help from a woman. So I got it, but it was a lot for it to be the beginning. Papa Pope wanting to wait to talk to her. I get he wanted her to be off her square. He didn't want her, on top of her game. He wanted to break her down a little bit to not let her have the upper hand. So I completely get that. The conversation Mama Pope and Papa Pope were having was dynamic. I love their conversations because it's good to see how their minds work the same but different. They're the same. They're like a yin and yang type of thing. I wish there was some kind of prequel to them when Olivia was younger to show, him in his heyday, her mom in her heyday, and how they were able to have a life together while still living in secret, because she was doing things behind his back and he was also doing things behind her back because they both were like international people. I like how Quinn called Abby for help because at this point, Abby's no longer in the White House. Fitz is going out of the office, so Abby's no longer the chief of staff, so she's going to need to be somewhere. And I'm like, I don't think they're going to get her off the show. So it makes sense to have her back in OPA, even though Quinn is running it. Even though Quinn was not open to her being there, she was still being a little mean to her because, of course, Abby got Huck shot. But the fact that she let her in was a good thing. I like how Fitz was explaining to Millie how it felt to be shot so that Millie could understand, it's not about me not wanting you to be president and you not to be recognized and, oh my God, it's so dangerous. If it was my choice, I wouldn't do it too. It's not because I know what it feels like to be, sworn in as president. I know what it's like to be shot. I think people sometimes don't know how it feels to be shot. So when he was explaining it, I've never been shot before. And even I was like, wow, for you to feel like someone is hitting you until you feel it burn and you realize, no, I've been shot. I'm like, okay, that was a good way to explain to her this is serious. Like, someone is possibly trying to kill you. And I know this is the big thing for you being president, the first woman president. I get it, but is it worth you dying? Like, no, it's not. You know, for me, it wouldn't be. I don't want to die to prove a point to anyone else. I would have said, let's just televise it. You know, have it be in somewhere secret and let them know, because of all the current events. You know, we can't have me in the public just yet. But that's not what happened. I was very surprised to find out that Mama Pope was actually the assassin. But it kind of makes sense. Because I kept thinking, like, yeah, why would she want Millie dead? Like, why would she go through all of this? Why would she threaten Olivia's life? That part of it for me didn't make any sense. I was like, that is very, very weird. Because at the end of the day, Mama Pope loves her daughter. Even if she isn't around, she still loves Olivia. This is Papa Pope does. So it wasn't 100% surprising that she was actually the assassin and not behind the whole thing. And I like how when Liv figured that out and she tried to play her mom was like, girl, bye. You know, I'm your mama. I've been playing your daddy your whole life. You can't get nothing past me. And she thought she knew her daughter until Olivia tried to choke that bitch out. I was like, Liv has this trigger in her that flicks when someone pushes her. That's what happened when she killed the vice president from before. Something switched and she beat him and killed him with a chair. So when she's choking her mother, that same thing went off in her to where she's like, you think you know what I will do, you think you can control me, but let me let you know, I will kill you if I want to. That was a different Liv. Her mother needed to see that she's not as innocent as she seems to be. So I did like that part. Quinn being pregnant, I don't know about that one. Basically because y'all killers. Bottom line, you and Charlie need to change to have a baby. Like, I'm gonna need both of y'all to not want to go and kill people, because that's just not what you should want to do as a parent. But I like how Quinn trusted Abby with that information and was honest that she didn't know what she wanted to do. You know, she didn't know if she wanted to keep the baby, abort the baby. But I did in my head say, y'all can't abort two babies. Olivia already had an abortion. Y'all cannot have another person have an abortion on this show, because, you know, Lord Jesus, no. Cannot, will not, should not do that. So I figured, I'm like, they not gonna have it. Wouldn't make sense to have two characters have an abortion. It just wouldn't. Like, it just would not make sense. So, you know, that'll be a whole new thing for next season. Papa Pope telling Fitz he should open back up B613, because, you know, there needs to be a command to stop issues like what's happening now happen. I would have liked to see Fitz as command. I think that would have been a different character for him to play. So I would have liked that. But as we've seen, Olivia, when she figured it out, she wasn't having it. What I do wonder is because, as you know, later on in the episode, Olivia has Millie sign a executive order for B613. Of course, Millie doesn't know that's what she did, and Olivia is going to be over B613. I don't know if she's going to be command. I'm guessing she's going to be command, but I would have liked to see Fitz do it. So when Olivia found out about it, she told him, you can't do it, you shouldn't do it. And I'm now wondering, was the reason she was telling Fitz that he can't or shouldn't do it, was it because she wanted it for herself? She wanted that power. She can't be president, but she's just as powerful because she has the president in her pocket. She's the chief of staff, so she's the chief of staff, and she's now the head of B613. So that, you know, was different, because Fitz signed it, was going to have it. Olivia talked to him, and then he changed his mind and canceled it. and then he had to say goodbye, like a final goodbye. So I'm guessing that Fitz won't be back next season in any major role or any as a regular cast member, because he's moved to Vermont to do his, to run his not fundraise, to run his whatever it is he's having over there. I can't remember what it is. Charity. To run his charity and everything. So his goodbye to Olivia, to me, means he's not going to be back next season as a regular cast member. Not saying that he might not do an episode or two, but his leaving, his scene was was a good goodbye. He said goodbye to Liv. He's walking to to the helicopter to fly away. Liv runs out and kisses him in front of all of the cameras because she loves him. And I think it was a proper end to their story, where they were so in secret from season 1, and now we're in season 6, and it's no longer a secret. When he said, the cameras, and she was like, I don't care. I think that was an ode to, we were so secretive, and we don't have to be that anymore. I don't care if the world sees me kissing you because I love you and you're leaving. I liked how that ended their whole, the Liv Fitz, relationship thing. I like that part. I was shocked that Frankie Vargas' wife was the one behind all this. I think maybe 2 episodes ago, I said to myself, she keeps popping up here and there. She's popping up talking to people. She's popping up. She's on the news. I'm like, I wonder if she had anything to do with it. In the back of my head, I was thinking that. Because typically when you have any character that pops up here and there, it's the reason they're popping up here and there. I just never, said it out loud. So when Olivia pieced it together, I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense, because who would have thought that's who it was? But Olivia quickly finds out we can't do anything about it, because we need her. Like, we honestly do need her to push Millie as the president. And we can't do much about it at this point in time until Liv, in her B613 I am command way, said, okay, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to kill you. You're gonna die in this room tonight. And made her take 2 pills that would give her a heart attack and she would die. But before she died, she said some things to Liv about, just think about if Jackie Kennedy, was to be president, with the blood on her suit, the whole I'm a widow of a president thing could have pushed an agenda. It would make, you get the sympathy vote. So, but now she's dead, because of course they threatened to kill her children because Olivia is command. So of course when she go meet up with Cyrus, because they're drinking on the steps of the Lincoln, I think it was the Lincoln Memorial, and he's talking and he says the exact same thing that Frankie Vargas' wife says, which then lets Olivia know Cyrus put that bug in her ear. Cyrus may not have been behind the whole thing to do it, but he put it all in motion, and he knew it was happening even though he didn't do it. So that for me was very shocking to find out. One, it was Frankie Vargas' wife, but it was Cyrus who put her up to it. Well, not even who put the thoughts in her head, because now he's trying to put the thoughts in Olivia's head to kill her, not knowing she's already dead. So I am very anxious to see next season, to see where this story goes, because Olivia is now command. OPA is back, back running. Abby's back there. I wish they would get Marcus back. I don't know why he kind of didn't have a full-time role this season. I hope he's back next season. I want OPA to be back running. I want it to be a whole thing with OPA, B613 in the White House. That's what I'm looking forward to. So it was a great season finale. I didn't really think it needed to be a full 2 hours. Honestly, I think some things could have been cut. Just me personally. Oh, I forgot a whole thing. Even Mama Pope being shot by Papa Pope because they assumed that she was not for them. But she knew that it was Vargas's wife. That's what she was there to do. She was trying to shoot Vargas's wife, but then Papa Pope shot her, thinking she was trying to kill Millie. And Mama Pope was honestly who told Olivia, "You are the daughter of me and your father. You have us in you. No one can beat you," which made her become the command. So that's my review for Scandal season finale, the two-part season finale. See you guys next season, but I will still have other videos for other shows that will be coming on. Thanks so much. Peace.